Hey everybody, Tacoma Prepper here, aka Erik Rosenblatt. And today we're going to talk tiny things. Those who know me know that I am a massive collector of tiny stuff. Miniaturized, functional versions of larger things. Just really, I don't know, there's just something about it. I really like it. I have quite the collection. A tiny DOS PC. I guess that's tiny. Tiny tube TV. A tiny, ouch, that's pokey. Tiny Tesla coil. A tiny abacus. Tiny toolkit. A tiny film camera. So this is like, one of those spy cameras from back in the day. Yeah. A tiny Magnum revolver. I just love tiny stuff. And when I was a kid, the product line, Micro Machines, really, I don't know, I just really loved it. I missed out on things like Polly Pocket until recently, and so, I kind of like those. But, so, we're here for survival stuff, right? So I have this tiny Altoids tin, and I'm sure you've seen the regular Altoids tin kits, but I have this tiny one, and I thought, can I make this into the world's smallest functional survival kit? So, let's get into it, shall we? The world's smallest, tiniest survival kit. The first thing you're going to want is a trusty old AK. This is made by Goat Guns. Pseudo-functional, I suppose. Really neat. But, yeah. We're here to talk about the survival kit, so put that aside there. In fact, how about we clear the decks a bit. Make some space. Not that we need that much, but I'm going to do it anyway. All right, and we can move that there. All right, there we go. So, there it is. This teeny tiny, they call it the Tiny Tin. Altoids Tiny Tin. I don't think they make these anymore, but who's to say? But I thought, all right, I'm going to try to pack as much survival stuff as I can into this very tiny container. So here we go. Let's get into it. All right. Well, first I have a Ziploc bag with some gaffer tape around it and some matches. I'm a big advocate for lighters over matches, but really, there's no way I'm going to fit a lighter into this thing. So matches it is. Those are not strike anywhere. There's a striker inside of that Ziploc bag. Of course, the Ziploc bag itself is its own survival component. All right, then there's a very short pencil, which has a multitude of uses. Then a small beeswax candle. Again, multitude of uses for that. Some brass wire. I think that's probably about 10 feet of brass wire. Okay, then 2 tiny fishing light sticks. So those guys, as far as I know, they last for about 8 hours of good light, maybe 12. So there you go. There's your light source. There's a, let's see, kind of got to separate everything out. There's a braided stainless fishing leader right there. I suppose you could make some kind of snare out of that if you really wanted to. But yeah, let's see. Okay. Ooh, don't poke myself. One fish hook. I think there's a couple more in there. Yes, there are. Okay, well, we'll just kind of gently go through this. A little bit of fishing line with some more gaffer tape around it. I might have to dump some of this stuff out. There we go. All right. So, a couple of small safety pins, a couple of small nails, some sinkers, about 4 there. There's a decently large paper clip. Actually, no, there's 2. Another fish hook here, so these are kind of small. 2 more even smaller nails. Oop, very hard to manage all this stuff. And then this little card that I put together here. If I can get all this out. So this has a bunch of thread for sewing and whatnot on there. Various colors. And then you've got a little bit of dental floss kind of wrapped up. This is probably 20 feet of dental floss wrapped up in here, and this stuff you can use for all kinds of things. I love dental floss as a survival piece of kit. All right, and now we have, okay, if I can get this out of here. There we go. A box knife blade. So this is basically your knife. And these are really solid and capable, and you got little notches so you can tie it onto something or whatever. But this is a fairly functional knife. I wouldn't say you could use it as a weapon, but you probably could in a pinch. In fact, following that up, also there's wrapped in some cardboard. There's a regular razor blade, like a single edge razor blade. So there's your knife tools. There's a folded up piece of paper. So this is a companion to the pencil. So you can write notes, whatever. Then, oh boy, okay, let's see. Can I get... Then we have yet another knife. So this is an X-Acto blade. I don't know, one of those regular standard issue X-Acto blades. So 3 knives in total. And then, let's see. Got a little bit of aluminum foil folded up. So just a little bit. Don't know what you could do with that. Maybe make a signaling thing or something. There's a variety of things you could do with that. Then we have 2 needles, sewing needles. Probably not going to come across very well on the screen, but yeah, there are 2 of those. And then down in here, and I don't know that I'll be able to easily get this out of here. There we go. Actually, it wasn't that difficult. A teeny tiny neodymium magnet. You could do a lot with that, but one thing you could do is magnetize the needles, which they're actually already a little bit magnetic. As you can see, they're sticking together. But you can maybe put those inside of something with some water and basically build a compass. And then, of course, you have your Altoids tin, which you could use. You could polish that up. You could use it maybe to... I wouldn't say you could boil water in that, but you might be able to cook something in such a tiny container. But the point is, this thing is really, really small, as you can see. But I feel like it's fairly comprehensive, all things considered. All right, well, final thoughts. Well, that's the Tiny Tin Altoids survival kit. Perhaps this is kind of more of a novelty, but I put a lot of thought into this. The nice thing, too, is this form factor fits in that little pocket in jeans, the tiny pocket, as people call it, like the coin pocket or whatever. It'll fit in there. You could carry it in a purse. You could carry it literally anywhere. It's so small. And it at least gives you a few options. There's maybe some things that I would add. I don't know if there's enough room. It's pretty tight as it is, and So it'd be dead man's boots. I'd have to get rid of something to add something else, like water purification might be a good one, or a water carrier or something. But what are your thoughts? What do you think about this kit? What would you add, subtract, different ideas? I'd love to hear your thoughts. As always, this is just this is not comprehensive. Well, there's no way this could be comprehensive. So, yeah, I'd love to hear what everybody has to say about this. And I don't know. Take care of each other out there.